Hello, everyone. My name is Ty. I'm here to tell you my story about when I was scorned, how I experienced my first heartache. And I say it was like heartache and pain. I was 23 years old when I started dating this guy named Daryl. I met Daryl through a mutual friend. Everything at the beginning of our relationships, you know how that is. It's good. The first 3 months of a relationship is always good. But Daryl and I, we like lasted a year. We were together all the time. If Daryl wasn't working, it was him and I together. It was just that. Even when he would decide when he was in the studio, he had me with him. Speaking of the studio, Daryl, he was like that. He was really known in Michigan. He was a local rapper here, so he was really known. So Daryl and I decided to end the relationship because he was in and out of town all the time, and it started becoming an issue. So we decided to end the relationship. It didn't cause any issues. Everything between us ended well. It wasn't like we were beefing or anything. So one time he went out of town. He did this whole battle and he won. He won a $5,000 shopping spree, and they gave him cash. So when he was out of town, he called and asked me like, "Hey, why don't you pick me up from the airport?" Fine, I picked him up from the airport. When he got from the airport, he had so many bags, and it was in my trunk. Him and I decided to do some shopping. He took me shopping. When he got back, we went shopping. His stuff is still in my trunk. We went out to dinner later on that night. He was like, "Hey, like I miss you. I miss what we had. I want to try it again. I want to do it again." I said, give me a couple of days. Matter of fact, just let me sleep on it. Maybe. I don't know. Something told me not to give him a flat answer right there. So later on that night, I was thinking heavy because this was actually my first love. This was the guy that I thought this was it. This was him. So I went to sleep. I woke up. I literally woke up out my sleep. I'm like, something not right. I'm like, I shouldn't do it. I call. When I called his phone, what threw me off, a girl answered the phone. And when I called, his number's programmed in my phone, but I still couldn't believe, like, nah, this ain't him. Like, I know ain't no chick answering his phone. And I'm calling the chick answering his phone. So I hung up. I called back, and she answered the phone again. I said, "Hello. Can I speak to Daryl?" My thing is, ain't no beef with you because he allowing this. Our relationship, yeah, we broke up, but it was still fresh. Like, it wasn't like we've been broken up for months and months. This breakup was still fresh. I was just with this man yesterday. He just took me shopping. So there's no reason, there's no way another woman should be answering his phone. So I said, "Can I speak to Daryl?" She was like, "Oh, Daryl is asleep right now." I said, "Oh, okay." Now it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. I say, "Do you know who I am?" Because I know I'm programmed in his phone. She was like, "Oh yeah, you that girl that sing on his tracks, right?" So at that point, it's like, okay, he trying to play me. I can't believe he then stooped so low and said, I'm singing on the track. So I said, "All right, so how about you wake Daryl up right now and tell him I'm on the phone." She woke him up. At this point, when she's like, hey, Daryl, Ty is on the phone. All you hear, you hear the commotion in the background. You could tell like they're tussling with the phone. You hear screaming and hollering between them two. I said, "You know what? You got like 30 minutes to get over here and get your stuff up out my trunk. If you don't get your stuff up out my trunk, you ain't gonna like how things is gonna play out." 30 minutes went by. He didn't come. So at that time, like I was so hurt because again, like I said, he was my first love. I was young. Although we wasn't together, I still felt like, it's like he was still my best friend. Like I'm better than that. We better than that. If you want to deal with somebody else, go ahead, do you deal with somebody else? I don't care. But just be real with me. You was literally like begging for me to get back with you yesterday. So my mom seen how angry I was, and she was like, "Don't go over this man's house clowning. a woman shouldn't act as such. I'm like, oh, okay, So she took my keys. She seen it. I guess she seen it in my eyes like, oh, this girl, she about to act up. So as soon as she went to work, I got my keys. I called my best friend, which was a police officer at the time. I called him. I told him everything that was going on. He's like, man, don't go over there, act up. But he already knew what was going to happen. So he met me. He met me at his house. He met me at Durrell house. And I took a couple of the bags out the car. And me and Durrell was together. Like I said, we were together for a year. I had keys. I still had keys to the house. So he helped me. We took a couple of bags out the car. We went up the stairs. We got the stairs. And I'm sitting down in the living room. I hear the girl. The girl is still in the house. So I'm like, okay, so this is what we about to do. And at that point, Durrell come from the back. The girl was about to come out the room. She was on her way out the room. Durrell knows how I get down. Durrell kept her back there. I don't play. My thing is you stay in your lane. My beef is not with you. My beef is with him. I don't even know you. But if you come in here, you act a fool, I'm going to give you what you asking for. So I'm sitting here. I'm on the floor. I pulled the scissors out. I had a couple of boxes of his shoes. I had like maybe 4 or 5 bags of clothing. And I pulled the pants out first. I pulled the pants out and I just started cutting the right leg. And he's screaming. He's like, so you're not going to stop her? You're not going to stop? I mean, like, she hurt. She's a woman scorned. I can't, what do you expect for me to do? I can't do nothing, but I'm going to tell you this, you better not touch her. So he was sitting there, he was screaming. I'm like, so I started cutting the right legs. I'm just cutting. He like, what are you doing? Like, I say, you're not right. So I'm going to cut these right legs. So I start cutting the right legs. I'm just cutting. He's screaming and hollering. One ear, not the other. So he's thinking he cool with these shoes because I left his shoes. Not knowing I took all the right shoes out. All the right shoes is in my trunk. You stuck with these left ones because, again, you not right. We leave. Again, the girl, it was crazy because there's no way a man could have talked me into staying in a room while all this is going on. Like, you tell me that she's a girl that's singing on your track, but she hears everything, but she never came out that room. I leave. I go, like, months go away. Months go by, and he called randomly out the blue. Ty, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I've done. Can I please get my stuff back? I'm like, you sure you want them pants? Because I done cut all the other pants up. Now y'all say he was on the shopping spree, so I only brought like 4 to 5 bags of clothing upstairs. It was so many more clothes in my trunk. So many other pair of shoes in my trunk. Now the shoes, I was able to give him the right shoes back to the other ones and the other boxes of shoes, but that was it. He couldn't have no clothes. All the right legs was cut off the clothes. And the shoes, he was able to get them. But when I eventually gave it, we sat down and talked. I told him I was hurt. I've never experienced heartache and pain. I think that's what it was. And I was so hurt because I thought he was my best friend. But now, like, it's no beef. Like, we talked maybe a few years ago. He know I done moved on. I'm married. I got a daughter. But I learned a lot from that. Like, that was an eye-opener. Like, he was my first love. It was hard for me to even put my guard down in relationships. After him, I dated. I seen different men. I really didn't trust another man after that because I felt like he was my best friend. From your best friend to do you like this, how could you put your all into someone else? I ended up meeting my husband. My husband is where it was at. He's the first man that I actually brought around my family. So, yeah, I was scorned, but I was young. I felt like it was a lesson learned. Everything happened for a reason or a season. It was a reason. It prepared me. It made me stronger. Ladies, the younger me, if you were my friend, if you needed advice and a man did that to you, I'd say, girl, it's summertime. Put some bologna on that car. It's going to peel that paint. Hit them pockets. Hurt him. But the grown and mature me, the one that should have listened to my mom when she said a woman shouldn't do as such, a woman don't carry herself a certain way. It's just certain things a woman should not do, would say, walk away. It's not worth it. To cut someone off cold turkey hurts. To know that they have no access to you. You're going to be suddenly getting emails. I mean, because you're going to block them from everything. Suddenly you'll get an email. Suddenly you're going to be getting just Cash App requests. They're going to be sending money just to say, hello, please talk to me. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's my advice to you, walk away. You don't need the pain. It's so many men out here that would treat you right and show you and treat you like the woman you deserve. You deserve to be treated. Like, it's some really good men out here. I know they say there's no good men, but it's some really good men out here that will show you that, hey, I'm willing to do whatever I gotta do to treat, to get you, to be with you.